If you have a laundry list of goals, the same kind of list or longer that you've had year in and year out, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to make that list shorter. I'm challenging you to make that list simple. And I challenge you to watch this video to find out exactly how. Hey guys, this is Nobu with Making Sense of Debt, where we discuss understanding finances, leveraging debt, and finding your financial freedom, whatever that looks like to you. In today's video, I want to talk specifically about setting goals for the year and how it's important to keep that simple and streamlined in order to actually be successful in that. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to share a template that I'm using to keep myself accountable and have a digital vision board to keep me focused on what my goals are. But before we get into it, my question for you is, what is your top goal for 2021? Go ahead and share in the comments below and let us know how you plan on achieving this goal. So one thing I've learned working in corporate America is that less is more. When you think about the goals that your company has for the year, there's usually one big goal and then smaller goals underneath it that every single department in the company is focused on and have to gather around to make sure the whole company makes that goal. And I think as people, it's important for us to take what we learn from work and implement it in our lives. And I think an area where we could use some corporate inspiration is in goal setting and resolution setting and all that kind of stuff. For me, over the past few years, I have just focused on really simplifying and keeping my goals to 3 to 5 every year, and every quarter focusing on what I'm going to do that quarter to make sure I meet those 5 goals. And this year I took it a step further and made myself a visual of what that looks like. Stay tuned to the end so you can find out how you can get a template to make your version as well. The first thing with simplifying and streamlining is really being clear on what your main priority is. What is that top goal that you want to meet this year? Think of all your different goals as glass juggling balls, right? So if you were juggling all these different glass balls, which one of these balls is most important, right? So if you were going to drop any of these balls, which one absolutely cannot hit the ground? When you are crystal clear on what that most important ball is, that is your top priority. So for example, for me, my top priority is being in a place where work is optional. But more than just that, simple, here's what I want to do, take it a step further. What is the why behind that? I want to be work optional. Why? Because I want to own my own time. Okay, why is that? Because I want to spend time with my family. Okay, why is that? Because I want to make my own money. Okay, why is that? What is the core reason behind that? And for me, the core reason behind wanting work to be optional is because I want to be able to spend time and make meaningful connections with the people around me. So when I think about my priority is to make time for meaningful connections, right? So even before I am work optional, I still need to make time for meaningful connections with the time that I have right now. So again, thinking about you and your top priority, right? In the company of you, your own corporation of your life, what is the most important ball that you cannot drop in this year? What is your top priority? The goal that everything revolves around, where you cannot make a mistake on this. Now, once you have your top priority, you want to think about 3 to 5 activities that support that. So when you're thinking about finances, when you're thinking about health, when you're thinking about social aspects, what are the different things that are important to you that ladder up to that main priority? So when I'm thinking about making time for meaningful connections and I'm thinking about social and people, for me, based on my life and my needs, it's important for me to make time for meaningful connections with my family, right? So I have 2 parents that are 65 plus, they're aging adults. So it's important for me to spend as much time as possible with them. I think about my friends, right? I don't necessarily live in the same place as my friends. And so when I am able to see them, what am I going to do to prioritize? Or what am I going to do to prioritize phone time with them? So a year hasn't gone by and I haven't spoken to people that are close to me. A third area when it comes to social and making time for connections for me this year is related to dating, right? I haven't always made time to go out on dates, and it's important for me to do that this year. And so that is on my list of priorities that ladder up to that main priority, which is making time for connections, meaningful connections, that is. So think back, right? Hopefully you wrote down what your top priorities are. Think about social, thinking about people around you. What are the things that are important for you to do this year related to people that ladder up to your main priority? Now, when I think about health, for me, I have on my list of goals, making sure I lift specifically 3 times a week and making sure that I am thinking less and doing more and my mental health is where it should be. That is important to me when it comes to making meaningful connections, because I know that when I am highly stressed, when I am thinking too much, I am not able to execute well if my mental health is not in a good space. I also know that when I am working out, when I am lifting specifically, my mind is sharper, I am more relaxed, I am more likely to execute on my goals. And so it's important for me to get back into lifting because that is going to help me to stay focused in order to make time for meaningful connections. You see how it all comes back to that main goal. So for you, think about your main goal, right? What activities related to health do you know are going to help you to achieve your main goal? Do you need to cook more meals indoors? Do you need to have a vegetable garden? Do you need to run every day? I don't know. What are the activities that you need to do to make sure that you are in the right state of mind, mentally and physically, in order to achieve your top goal for the year? Finally, when it comes to finances, for me, if I want work to be optional, I need to have additional sources of income. So there are all kinds of things I can do to bring income in. But for me, specifically, when it comes to making time for meaningful connections, going out and spending more time doing loan signing, for example, or going out and getting a second job, or going out and becoming a real estate agent, like that doesn't line up properly with making more time for meaningful connections. So I need an income source where once it's up and running, I'm not spending a whole bunch of time in it. And so that is why for me, my goal is to create an income source online. And my goal specifically is to make 6 figures online. And so thinking to your goal for the year, your top priority in the corporation of you, what kind of financial goals do you need to set for yourself this year to meet your top priority? So do you need to create a budget? Do you need to save more? Do you need to open a specific type of account, whether it be stock, retirement, whatever it is? Do you need to make more money somehow? What is the financial goal that you need to add into your 3 to 5 focuses for the year to make sure that you are able to meet your top goal? Once you have those 3 to 5 items that are going to ladder up to your main priority, you really don't need more than that. Your brain can only do so much. So when you have a list of 2 pages of things that you want to do, that's not going to happen, right? If you're crystal clear, here's my top priority. When you have a decision to make, you can easily decide, okay, does this thing ladder up to my priority, yes or no? So if I get a job offer that is going to pay me $500K a year and I have to move to, I don't know, the middle of Alaska, the question for me is, does that help me to make time for meaningful connections? If that job is going to take me away to Alaska, I don't have any friends there, I'm working 60 hours a week, then I can easily say no to that job because it doesn't ladder up to all these different pieces that lead me to make time for meaningful connections. And so as you're thinking about your goals for this year, always go back to what your one top priority is, your why behind why you're making all the decisions, and keep it simple, right? If you're able to keep it simple, keep your sub priorities to 5, and then every month, every quarter, write down what you're doing each month or quarter to make sure those things happen. And before you know it, at the end of the year, you actually will have accomplished something, as opposed to having 20,000 things and you've done nothing. So if you are a visual person and you want to be able to create your own digital vision board that looks like this, I'm going to place a link below for Canva. It is a free app. You can also do it on your computer. And all you have to do is drag your pictures in to the template that is already there. And then you can actually put it onto your phone. So every single day when you open your phone, you have a reminder of what your goals are for the year, what your focus is, and what you are doing in a very simplified manner. If you know someone that needs help with simplifying their goals and staying focused, go ahead and share this video with them. If you liked this video, please like. And if you like to talk about money, credit, real estate, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you next time as we continue on our journey to financial freedom. Peace.